Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. My name is Candice. If you don't know me, I have been doing creative makeup on Instagram for a few years now. And if you know me, hello! Okay, before we start, I just need to put it out there. My eyebrows are looking a little rough right now. I'm looking like I'm constantly doing this. So just please excuse me. I think I overplug, and it's also because I am trying a new technique where I'm actually using lash glue in my brows. But anyway, if you want to see me test all these like funny techniques, please follow me on TikTok. That's where I'll be doing all this like little test makeup techniques and things like that. Anyway, getting back to the main star of today, it is the Pat McGrath Divine Blush collection. It is so mind-blowing. I was so excited when I heard the launch. I love Pat McGrath and I can be a little biased, but I'm gonna try to keep it as brutally honest as I can with you guys. But just know that I do love Pat McGrath as a brand. They are the brand that I would always support, but that doesn't necessarily mean they are perfect. So this collection consists of 9 different shades. I only picked up 3 just because I just want to try the formula and I already know what kind of tone I tend to like. I did want to get both of the finishes that's available in this collection, so meaning the demi matte and also the pearl finishes like the satin finish. This blush is retail for $38 for 9.7 grams, and as usual I'm going to throw up a chart here so you can have that comparison. And do bear in mind that all of these are made in Italy as well, so the quality is top notch. If you look at the chart, Pat McGrath is not expensive at all. You're getting like almost $4 per gram. As comparison to these other similar price point, I've highlighted in pink, they're all on the higher side. So really, when you're looking at just the price, $38, $37, $40, it seems like it's a lot, but for the product, for the amount of products that you're getting is actually very economical. Not to mention, on top of this, you can get like 15 to 17% off depending on how much you get. And for Pat McGrath, the formula, this is an awesome and a great deal if you are looking for blush. Look, I'm already being biased. Okay, no, let's test this product before we talk more about it.
Stop it. Get some help.
There's one thing I want to point out for you guys. This ingredient does include talc, mica, and silicone. And as you already know, if you have watched my video, these are the ingredients that is kind of controversial. So if you are someone that's not very comfortable with this, I guess it's just a decision that you have to make to see what's suitable for you and what is okay for you. If you look at the Pat McGrath website, there are more details in terms of application and how to prep your skin. And I just want to zoom into that editorial application. It looks really interesting to layer 2 to 3 different blush shades. And since I have 3, why not? You guys would know I really like the Givenchy blush, that different tone. So I think we can play with that today. So first thing first, packaging. This is how it looks like in the box. It's very pretty. I mean, you get the typical Pat McGrath, all these gold. And I mean, even just the logo and the digital art that they have, there's like rose and diamond on it. This packaging actually remind me a lot of their eyeshadow palette. It's the similar material and obviously gloss and gold as usual, and you get all of your details at the back. I did open this as soon as I received it, so I know for a fact that it is quite difficult to open. I'm not sure if other people are experiencing this, but I'm just very bad with packaging, I guess. It's not super heavy, but there's definitely weight to it, so it feels luxe. This shade is Electric Bloom. It's a vivid coral color with like a demi matte finish. I'm gonna swatch it. This is how it looks like. I really like the coral kind of blush. It is a very rich coral shade. I did wear this once, so technically it's not my first impression, and as scary as it looks because of how pigmented it is, it actually blends out very easily. I already have my primer and foundation on, so I'm just gonna go in and see how it looks on foundation. For brushes, I'm using these today. Actually, some of them are bronzer brush, and this one is actually for powder, but they are very loose in terms of like the density, so I think this would be a lot easier to control for the very pigmented blush that we have today. I'm going to coat it once, and there's a lot of product. I like to get rid of the excess product by doing this on my skin instead of tapping off, because I don't think that's nearly enough sometimes. And I'm just gonna go in. Look at how sure it is if you use the right brush. It's always better to build it up instead of having too much. And for these like very pigmented blush, I would suggest you to start from like the outside to inside as well, like from your temple here to your apple of the cheek. I've only worn this shade so far out of the three, and I am obsessed with this color. This looks so good for like summer. It makes your skin looks very healthy. You can totally do this as well, as sure as this, if you are not going to wear too much makeup, like your eyes and your lips. And this is your Electric Bloom. This is the Vivid Coral and Demi Matte, and 2 different intensity as well. I'm gonna have to remove this, and hopefully it's not gonna move my foundation and stuff too much. I feel like brands now are just pushing a lot of complexion product, especially blush. And for some reason, I'm like really crazy over blush lately as well. I'm trying to put back some of the primer that I used from the remaining of on the brush. Oh, it actually look alright. I thought it was gonna like go crazy and like have lines and like a weird patches and everything. Perfect. Now we can try the rest of the shade. Next up, we have Lovestruck. This is the berry pink demi matte finish. So the formulation, I believe, is the same as Electric Bloom just now. Instead, it's a more berry and pinky tone. Let's go with this brush. This is my favorite so far. One of my favorite blush brush. This is from Hakodo B512. And if I'm working with such an intense color, I have to use brush that I know it's gonna work. This color is really pretty. It's actually more like a burnt blush that was sort of trending for a while. I'm gonna build it up more just so you can see how it looks like. This totally goes with my top today. On the other side, as usual, I'm gonna do like a light intensity. With this brush, I tend to do this like stamping motion to sort of distribute the products. I would turn my brush around with the angle like this and brush it upwards. Lovestruck is leaning towards more of like a cool and neutral tone, I would say. As compared to this is definitely like a warm summer, spring kind of vibe. This is something that I would use maybe for like fall or winter. I can see my face acting up from the wet wipes. I don't normally use wet wipes, but just because I have to do this, I figured that would be the way. And I'm starting to get like all these rashes, and it's feeling really itchy right now. Now moving on to the last shade, this is the Nude Venus. This is peachy pink with golden pearl. This is a different formulation, so I'm super excited to try, and not to mention of because the shade is so light. I wonder how it will look on my skin. This really looks like nude. It's like a really nice nude with a little bit of pink inside. This is exactly the colors I would wear on my lips all day, every day. I was worried that it's not going to show up. By looking at the payoff just on the swatches, I think it's going to look gorgeous. Using Sonia G's Phase 2, I'm going to apply this blush. And guys, I bought the latest brush from Sonia G's, and I honestly cannot wait. I was going to get the whole collection, but they sell out so fast, and like within 5 or 10 minutes, I was already on the side waiting, and I managed to get like 2 to 3 brush. I'm in need of cream products, brushes. Most of them are for like powder, the brushes that I have. There's really not a lot of brand that specifically do cream brushes, and certainly not with this kind of quality. I just got this as well from Anissa. This was obviously recommended by Rose and Bend. I have yet to share my opinion on that, so if you want to find out what I think, maybe consider subscribing to my channel. This is so pretty. I've just been like layering and layering while I'm talking, and it looks freaking gorgeous. Like, definitely if you are a beginner or you don't really wear much makeup at all, just like a day-to-day makeup to make you look more awake and more sharp, then this shade is amazing. It's really hard to go wrong with this. I'm actually being pretty rough with like the pickup and the blending, and it's really good. So this is the Nude Venus, a peachy pink with golden pearl. I tried to like really build it up, and they're so blendable. They still look really natural too. The formulation between the demi matte and golden pearl, there's not a lot of differences. If I look really closely, I can see the shimmer in Nude Venus, but not to a point where it's like super shimmery, like, you know, like the hourglass kind of shimmery that you can just see like a block of shimmer. I'm not sure if it's because they didn't put a lot or it's because it's very fine, but just to show you some idea, this is the last one is the hourglass, and I can definitely see like there's some sort of like spot of the micro glitter. It's still very fine, don't get me wrong. It's just that I can see the shimmer. But with the Nude Venus with Pat McGrath's formulation, I can't really see the shimmer. It's just sort of reflective. I am going to try what I was talking about just now. I'm gonna blend all three of them together. I'm going to put the Lovestruck here at the end, and I'm gonna put some Electric Bloom here. Just gonna go in with the product that's already on the brush. I'm not picking up any more products. Now, normally if I have done the whole face, I would usually bring my blush around just to get that color sort of everywhere so it looks cohesive. It's not just on my cheek. And this is the final look with all of them together. So my final thought on these blush, yes, 100%, 200% yes. Whether you're someone that loves color or you just like the nude everyday kind of makeup, this got you covered. So if you're looking for a blush to add to your collection, I would recommend you to check out Pat McGrath. Everything is above average. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for spending the time watching me talk about makeup and blushes and brushes. If this is something you're interested about, then maybe consider subscribing to my channel. And if you enjoyed this video, then please hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!